What is up, everybody? Good to see everybody. This is great. This is the Midnight Mike Show coming to you from the Long Island Sound. I'm your host, Midnight Mike. Well, you should figure that out. But there's so much news. Me and Maddie were on Monday night, and then all of a sudden, Tuesday, everything happens, and me and Maddie haven't even gotten to talk about it yet. So that's for tonight. We're going to be talking Sauce. We're going to be talking Quinnen. We're going to be talking Quincy. We're going to be talking a few other things that I want to talk about that aren't related to the New York Jets. One is sports related. One is not. One is not sports related. But regardless, I'm excited for tonight. It's very rare that you have this much to talk about leading up to the week. Usually on Monday nights, you could talk about the game. You have a lot to, whatever. But a lot to talk about, the good, the bad, the ugly, okay? So do me a favor, hit that like button, and we're going to start this show. So glad to be here with you guys on a Saturday night. Thank you for joining the Midnight Mike Show. Me and Maddie are very appreciative of it, and we are very appreciative of you guys supporting and hitting that like button. It means a lot to us. But Sauce Gardner, gone. Quinnen, gone. Quincy, benched. I mean, he's now on the depth chart. He's now number 2. A lot of speculation on what's going on with that. The New York Jets just rolling in first and second round picks over the next 2 years. Over the next 2 years, 5 number 1 picks for our New York Jets, and I'm excited about it. Let's bring in my co-host, the Beavis to Buy Butthead, Coach Maddie. How you doing, Maddie?
Good. A lot to talk about tonight.
Yes, there is a lot to talk about, especially your coaching attire. It looks like you should be right on the sidelines.
I like wearing vests. They're comfortable.
Well, it's not just the vest; it's the vest, the hat, and the headset. I mean, you got it all. You just
I didn't even think about that.
You need a clipboard, and you are set.
Well, we're talking about this shit.
There you go. Yeah, don't give away the plays, Maddie. Don't give away the plays.
I didn't even think about that. I bought this vest at the hospital, and I was like, all right, cool, and I was like, and I've been wearing it, and I'm like, God, this thing's comfy. It keeps me warm.
Yeah, vests are nice because they keep this part of you warm, but they leave your arms free to breathe.
Yeah. I'm surprised how much I like it. So anyhow, yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, I want to feel the optimism that you feel. I don't feel it nearly as much as you do, though.
Here's the thing, Maddie. Okay, did you have any optimism whatsoever before the trade deadline with this team?
No,
not at all. Me neither.
I mean, like I say, our defense couldn't catch a cold. So, look, you would have had me at 2 first rounders for Sauce, let alone for 2 firsts and what's his name, another wideout.
Oh yeah, we got AD Mitchell.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna complain about that. Again, I like Sauce, I like Quinnen Williams, I like Quincy Williams. I have jerseys of Sauce and Quinnen, which sucks, but it is what it is.
Which is why you don't buy current players' jerseys.
Never buying another fucking jersey.
You have to wait until they're on the team for a long time and they are going to be like a Ring of Honor guy.
I'll have a few drinks and get a Breece Hall jersey watch.
Yeah, don't do that.
But
Do I trust that Brees will re-sign with us? I don't know. But,
I'm about 60-40 he will.
well, if he has the same attitude that Garrett had, I don't know if you heard Garrett's quote, where he basically was like, "Look, I'm here to catch balls and block and do what I have to do to make this team better."
And he
said,
he believes in the plan. So
exactly. Well, he said, "Look, if Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji have a vision, that's not my job to have a vision. I believe in the vision. Let's move forward."
Yeah.
So
we'll see. But I mean, my problem is I really, really don't. I've seen this team fuck up so many drafts.
I feel the same way.
So that's the problem.
And everybody at my Clark Kent job and everything, they all come up to me and they're like, "Oh, are you happy with all the picks?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm happy with all the picks." I said, "But then look at our history of drafting."
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, I'm happy for the picks, but I'm also like, I mean, I'm not sold that Darren Muji is a genius GM or even a good GM yet. I'm not sold that he's a bad GM.
No, yeah, he's right. We don't have enough, sample size.
No sample size, exactly. So I guess we'll see what happens. I mean, I do think though that I don't think this team will win another game this year.
Well, I mean that remains to be seen. Let's start from the top. We're going to go with the first one, the first blockbuster trade that happened. Sauce Gardner goes to the Indianapolis Colts for 2 first-round picks, and like we talked about, A.D. Mitchell, wide receiver. Maddie, you can't say no to 2. I mean, where we are right now at 1-7 and looking at maybe another win or two. That's a best case scenario.
Yeah.
If the Colts come to you, and this was what we talked about when I said, when most people thought we were going to deal Brees, and I was saying I don't want to deal him for anything less than a second rounder.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Yeah, but the reason is because I looked at it and I said any team that thinks that Brees is good enough to get them over that hump to maybe a Super Bowl appearance,
that type of pick.
Exactly. And I feel like that's what the Colts thought. Now, once again, I'm going to tell everybody watching right now, and please, like I said, guys, this is a big show. Hit the thumbs up button, show your support. It's free. But what my whole thing is that I hear a lot of pessimism on the picks, like where these picks are going to be. Like clearly in this next draft and in the draft after that, there's a good chance that the Jets number 1 pick is going to be in the top.
It's going to be pretty high,
10 or even 5.
Yeah.
Where are the Colts? Where are now the trade we made with the Cowboys? We get either the Dallas pick or the Green Bay pick, whichever one is higher, which I like. But with the Colts, I still honestly don't fully buy in to the Colts, and I don't think we're looking at like a 25
we're not looking at a 28 pick with the Colts. I don't think the Colts are as good as everybody thinks. I think they're good, but there remains to be seen. But week in and week out, they impress. So,
but the Colts are one of those teams where I can very much picture a end of the season collapse and then missing the playoffs, and then all of a sudden we have that's a top 20 pick.
But either way, I'll take a 25th pick. I don't care.
It's still in the first round.
First round is usually a pretty gold mine-esque area. So, and then 2027. I don't know much, but I've seen a lot of people say that 2027's draft is just gonna be full of amazing prospects. It's gonna supposedly.
It's supposed to be stacked, and we have three
first round picks.
First rounders.
So, and I don't think the Jets are gonna improve that much next season.
No, we'll still have a high pick.
Be probably top 6 at worst.
And moving along, I mean, I want to get to comments real quick, guys. Thank you so much for being in here. We really appreciate it. I'm about to get to your comments before we talk about the Quinnen Williams trade. But with that Quinnen Williams trade is Green Bay's a good team. Dallas always blows it.
Oh, yeah.
So I feel like the Dallas pick for this year and next year, because we get a second this year and a first next year, I feel like those are also going to be pretty good picks because Dallas isn't what they seem to be.
That and this year I feel like the Colts are kind of a flash in the pan. They're doing way better than everybody expected. Minnesota did the same thing, and they're ass again this year. You know what I mean? So we kind of have to hope that the Colts will fall apart next season to up that pick as well.
I mean, imagine. I mean, look, Even if they're probably gonna have a tougher schedule.
Yeah.
And so the way I'm looking at it, and Danny, what's his name? Daniel Jones, Indiana Jones. Can he continue this? He had one good season in New York with the Giants, and then a bunch of crap. What if that happens again next year? We could feasibly, with Dallas's pick, because I think Dallas will do worse than Green Bay. So I'm going to say Dallas's pick, Indy's pick, and our pick. We could potentially end up with 3 top 20 picks.
Yeah.
Like that's insane.
So, yeah, I mean, it's again though, it all comes back to, will our fucking front office fuck it up and draft fucking Sam Darnold again? Or I mean, not Sam Darnold, Zach Wilson.
Well, there you go. I was gonna say Sam Darnold's looking pretty damn good.
No, I always flip those two because it is what it is.
All right, let's get to a few comments, and then we'll get into the Quinnen Williams and Quincy. We'll get into all of that. But Novaterra comes in, says time for the Jets to start watching college film. Honestly, I've watched very little college football this season, but I 100%, Maddie, have started to kind of look at quarterbacks, look at other players, and kind of like go and look at highlights.
I just read what Tommy puts on Twitter.
There you go. We just go with Tommy. Little Waste says Mozzie Smith was playing on that poorly wide 9 system before Eberflus. He'll excel with Wilkes. We'll see. I'm not as excited about Mozzie Smith as I am A.D. Mitchell. Have you seen some of the videos that have come out of A.D. Mitchell when he gets a chance? Not only does he look good, like he's kind of buried on their depth chart. And
that's what I've heard about him. He was buried.
And when he gets a chance, he plays. He has some great plays, great catches. And there's one from the Jets Colts game this year where he burned Sauce Gardner for a touchdown. So look, I'm not saying we fleeced the Indianapolis Colts, but there's a good chance we could have, because
we certainly didn't make a bad choice. So
no,
far.
and people, and anyway, I mean, Colts fans, I don't know. We have a Colts fan in here. I don't know if he's in here yet. We'll check as we get down the thing, but I think they're way too excited about this, giving away 2 first-round picks for Sauce Gardner, who was only really good in his first season. And now referees are starting to see how handsy he is and throw penalty flags all the time on pass interference. He's gotten in the past 2 seasons 1 interception. Okay. He can't tackle. He's gotten a little better this year, but he still can't tackle. The one thing he's good at is when he's there and not holding or interfering, is blocking a pass and getting his hands in there. But let's be honest, like, so, if I was
way too many PIs on him lately. It sucks.
Yeah, if I was a Colts fan, I would not be. Now, once again, I'd be happy to get Sauce Gardner, but not necessarily for 2 picks and a player.
Yeah, I mean, again, you would have had me at 2 picks. I mean, I couldn't have hit the OK button fast enough. So,
Valerie, our first lady in here. Thank you, Valerie. I appreciate it. I know you've hit the thumbs up button. I can always count on you for that. Sauce and Quinnen weren't happy. Proof was in their performance. I don't buy that. Look, I don't buy that, because if you're unhappy, wouldn't you want to perform better so that the other teams would want to trade for you? Or even going into free agency, wouldn't you want to, even if you're unhappy, wouldn't you want to perform better so that you could get more money elsewhere? I have a hard time believing that any player is going to go out on the field and be like, you know what, I'm unhappy on the New York Jets, so I'm just going to look like shit, because other teams are looking at you too. Maddie, what do you think?
I don't know. I mean, I do think Quinnen was unhappy. I don't think Sauce was unhappy. I think Sauce was just like, well, I'm paid, so I'm not going to sweat it too hard. But that said, I mean, now we know Quincy's not happy at all. And
well, yeah, I mean, how can he be?
Right. So I was actually surprised they didn't move him as well. But that said, I mean,
what were we going to get for him? He's on he was only on a short contract.
Yeah, but
and that's another thing. I know a lot. I forget. I think I was listening to The Fan, and I forget who I listened to on The Fan, but it might even have been BT, Brandon Tierney, but he put it out there, and he was like, why would you sign Sauce to this monster contract and the highest paid cornerback in the NFL if you're planning on just getting rid of him before the trade deadline? Wouldn't you give him this contract to build the team around him?
Yeah, but I don't think they expected to get this kind of offer.
Well, but what Brandon Tierney was saying was, is everyone else playing checkers while Muji is playing chess? So Muji knew that he could, like, if we didn't sign Sauce, he'd still be on the last year of his contract unless we franchised him or something like that on a rookie deal. You're not getting 2 first rounds for that.
No, maybe. Yeah, maybe he knew something.
And that I hope if that's the case, then we might have a good GM. But like I said,
have just a good GM.
Correct. And imagine he did plan this. Imagine he's like, look, we need to get a bunch of draft picks. And me and you have been saying this for months. Anyone go back and check out any of our past shows. I've been saying since like week 4, F this team. All I want them to do, fire sale. I want draft picks and cap space. And we are like 6th. We have the 6th most amount of money now in the NFL to spend on free agents. Yep. And we have 5 first round picks over the next 2 years and like 3 second round picks. I got everything I asked for.
Yeah, you got to be the happiest Jets fan alive right now.
Well, we were talking about that earlier, Maddie, when you said, you're not as optimistic. My whole thing is that did any Jets fan, now I know, look, like Chris in the comments, usually there are some people who are overly confident every week, and I respect that. But most Jets fans had zero faith in this team a week ago.
Yeah.
Like 0. Now you look at it, and no matter what happens you're looking forward to the future and thinking, I know we suck at drafting, but what if? Now at least we have the what if. We
have the what ifs all the time, though. So it's, you know what I mean?
It's better to have that than one pick in each year, 1 first round pick in each year, and like limited cap space. Maddie, I'm excited. I really am.
I'm cautiously optimistic as far as I'll go.
Adino says, let's go Jets. Absolutely. Doughboy comes in, says, how confident are you against the Browns?
Not at all.
I wouldn't say not at all, because the Browns are a terrible team, but I don't expect to win.
No,
I don't expect
a terrible team. We shit the bed against them. And this team is all shook up now. They're all, okay, we don't have the, there's too much, there's upheaval. This team is going to I think they'll lose. I don't think they'll lose by like 40, but they're going to lose. And I think we might get a Shadur Sanders sighting.
Oh, maybe. Novatera comes in. Brees Hall has a locker room go-kart now. I did see that. I did see him riding a go-kart around the locker room. Maybe that's just one of the things like the barber chairs. Maybe they just have that in the locker room for the players. Rusty Spooner comes in, says Soft Gardner was overrated. We fleeced. I tend to agree with you. I think I was so sick. If you watch my reaction videos from this season, bitching about Sauce Gardner and how and you know what? I probably wouldn't have bitched about him as much because like he did. I said he improved a little bit on tackling, but he still can't tackle. PIs all over the place. And I would come on and just rant because he got this big contract. Now that contract's gone. That's the Colts' problem. And we now have 2 first-round draft picks and a new wide receiver.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think they would even get close to an offer like that for Sauce. So,
Little Waste comes in and says, who's starting Cooker Fields? Fields is going to start. I don't see any reason why he wouldn't start, but if he sucks...
I said we could get a Cook Shadur sighting.
Yeah, two rookies popping in.
Yeah, right.
Maybe they'll have a nice little shootout. Who knows? Scott says...
I think that's supposed to say Maddie.
Oh, Maddie will really be dressed like a coach if he has some Aaron Glenn chick pants on. Oh, do you have those on?
I just have a pair of khakis on.
No tight capris?
Nope. They're in the wash right now.
Like I said, the one thing that makes his pants better than Mike McDaniel's pants is that Mike McDaniel always has one leg pulled up for some reason.
Yeah, why does he do that?
I don't know. Mike McDaniel is the biggest fruit.
He's like, dude.
And am I wrong? But I guess it could be the stress of being the Dolphins coach and knowing his job is coming up. But he looks so gaunt that I'm telling you, it feels like he has AIDS. Like he looks so sickly.
He just looks like the type of dude who, like, if you were at a bar on Sunday having a beer watching the game, because before I got the ticket, it was just me by myself a lot of Sundays at the bar watching the game. And he would be that guy who hates your team or is just talking shit and runs his mouth and gets like really red in the face and gets 86 like every Sunday, but not permanently because he spends like $110 on just like his alone bar tab.
Yeah,
he's probably a really nice guy in real life. We're such dicks, but like I'm just like, God damn, dude. He just has a face where I'm like,
he's probably a nice guy in real life, but I think he looks sickly, like he has AIDS.
He's just got a punchable face, and that's that.
Oh, definitely has a punchable face.
So punchable.
Soft Gardner had a career breakup of 47 passes, 20 his first year, 11 in his second, 9 in his third, 7 this year. He's regressing and isn't elite. I agree. Plus 3 career INTs. Yeah, penalties going up. I agree. I think that in this one, the Jets fleeced them. We're about to get to the Quinnen one. I just want to rip through some of your comments just so I can get closer. Hit that thumbs up, folks. It helps out in the algorithms, lets other people know we're live, especially if you're new in here. Well, if you're new in here, please subscribe. That's also free. We still have to draft another cornerback because currently it's Lee, Steph, Aziz, and Stiggers, and some practice squad guys.
Well, let's not forget, we're going to have a lot of cap space.
Very true.
So
YouTube user for president. Yeah, he overstayed his welcome. And you know what? Didn't listen because I wanted him here. I wanted YouTube user here. I just kept saying to him, dude, can you stop personally attacking other people? You can personally attack me and Maddie all you want.
Yeah, we don't care, but like when you're making it unfun for everybody else, because I went back and saw that. It's
and like I said, like 4 or 5 chances. Like Sean was on with me, and finally Sean was like, Mike, this guy's still going. I was like, all right.
Here's the thing. Like I said, we don't give a shit. It's just when you make the show not fun for the people watching it, like we got to step in. I'm sorry.
Exactly. Nova Terra says, I think the Colts will be a wild card exit team if they make the playoffs.
I think she's correct.
I agree with that. Yeah. Colts are going to start losing out. Daniel Jones haven't beaten good teams. Yeah, the Colts they're not as bad, but the Broncos have beaten no one. Have you seen those stats that have come out?
Oh, I
of the teams that the Broncos
all year long.
See, so people in Denver are
think
physically...
that they're the next fucking. They're the.
No. See, that's where they're wrong.
I know, but
the teams that Denver has beat are shit, and they've beat them by like 1 point, 2 points, 3 points.
They're not as good as they think, and I don't know
Absolutely
what the rest of their schedule looks like, but you can only play the Raiders twice a year in the AFC West. So,
well, the only thing that I like that is good about the Broncos was those throwback uniforms they wore last week.
Yeah, they look great. They should have those all the time.
Those should be those should be their uniforms. Those are fire. What's up, Mike and Maddie and Gangrene fam? Hope all is well. It is Rusty Spooner. It's a day we can have a little bit of optimism looking towards the future. Mike and Maddie, the unholy two. Thank you, Jerome.
I like that.
Quinn asked the Jets 3 times to trade him, and in his presser, he said he was surprised. He's full of it. He was surprised. He's full of it. Yeah.
I understand you kind of have to play the game, but we all know.
Yo, Maddie, put me in, coach. Oh, Ali, you followed me on Twitter. I followed you back. I think he followed you too, Maddie.
I think I followed him back. I actually have to go through Twitter and follow a couple of people back. It's been hectic around here. You know how it goes.
Here's some confidence. Jerome comes in. Happy pre-victory Saturday.
We'll see, man.
He could be a solid wide receiver. Look,
maybe.
If he becomes a solid wide receiver 3, I'll be happy because we have Garrett. If we have AD as our wide receiver 3 in free agency or in the draft, you plug in a number 2.
Yeah.
And I'll be perfectly happy. And then you still got Mason Taylor, who looks better each game. You still got Brees out of the backfield.
Yeah.
A lot of weapons for a new quarterback.
There is stuff to be happy about. Our track record gives me a reason to question that happiness.
I would have traded Arian Smith too. He doesn't fit. Even Williams has more reception yards. The problem is that like you get to a point where you're not going to get much. Like if we actually traded Brees, we were going to get the best offer we got was a 4th rounder. You know, I'm not getting rid of Brees for a 4th rounder, even though he's on his last year. Maybe
honestly, I wasn't looking to get rid of Brees, period, because just the way he's held it down since Braylon Allen's been hurt. Like I think Brees is going to get paid in the offseason.
And I honestly, I hope that it's by the Jets.
No, that's what I mean. I think he's getting a contract.
Well, and another thing, Maddie, and I think we might have talked about this a little bit on Twitter, but getting rid of Sauce's contract, his contract is going to be double what Brees's is. Running backs do not get a lot.
Yeah, we opened up all kinds of room. That's what I mean. It's again the Muji playing chess while everyone's playing checkers. Maybe he knew it and he was just like, "Cool, this is going to work out great."
Ty Simpson just led a nice drive with a couple nice throws. He looks good. Thank you, cousin Kenny. I appreciate it. Colts fans are on a drug high and about to hit rock bottom and be -2 first-round picks. That's how I'm looking at it. It's like we'll see. Now, history shows us that when players leave the Jets, they become great.
Yeah, it helps.
So maybe Sauce goes over there and does great. I don't know. We will see. But okay, I mean, we're catching up here. Just want to check. I have zero faith that you guys will use those picks correctly. That's my
fear. Wouldn't expect you to anything else from you, Scott.
That's my fear. Truthfully. Nova says Jets are currently projected to have around $90 million in cap space next year. That is what I'm talking about.
That's huge.
Chris, Buffalo Bills fan, good to see you, buddy. Bet Colts have a similar spike in holding calls. Well, Sauce is going to get nailed. Like I said, I feel like they gave him weird leeway his rookie year because he was still playing like this. But now it's like they're calling him on it. He got that defensive rookie of the year, and all of a sudden, maybe referees looked and went, "Hey, maybe we should be kind of calling some of this stuff." And I don't know. They pulled up leg where McDaniels hides his blow.
All right.
What's up, Mike? Hope the Jets let loose on the doo-doo Browns. I hope so too. But we're already struggling to beat teams like the Panthers and the Bengals and other easy teams, and now we're down Quinnen Williams and Sauce Gardner.
Yeah,
and Michael Carter III. Garrett for over 100 yards and Fields with 200 plus yards and 1 rushing TD, 2 touchdown. That's enough to beat the Browns. So I hope so. I definitely hope so. Here we go. We got a super chat in the house and a Jets chant. Jets. I appreciate that, Scott. We always appreciate super chats and gifted channel memberships, or become a member of the channel and join yourself. Guys, that helps me and Maddie out very much, and it's much appreciated, just like the free thumbs up and subscribes are. And Scott says, what if we don't suck? Now, Scott, do you mean what if we don't suck the rest of this year? Or what if we don't suck? Like, what if in the future, like, we get these picks and whatnot, and all of a sudden the Jets have another kind of run like we did with Rex or Parcells?
Be nice.
Let's hope.
Be really nice.
Would be, Maddie, that'd be really nice. All right, let's bump into the Quinnen trade. So Quinnen goes,
I'm good, brother. Thank you.
Quinnen goes to the Dallas Cowboys for a 2026 second-round pick and a 2027 first-round pick, whichever one is better, between, because they have 2 firsts, not anymore, Green Bay and Dallas, and we get the defensive lineman, Mozzie Smith. What do you think about this one, Maddie?
Great picks. I don't know anything about Mozzie Smith.
No, okay, fair enough. But what do you think? Like, someone comes to you, is like, we got 2 firsts for Sauce. Does Quincy deserve something to that effect?
I think a second and a first are fantastic. I mean, I honestly thought the Jets would be lucky if they got a first for him. So, I mean, it's nothing against him. It's just the way the world works. I mean, people are lowballing the Jets for Breece Hall, trying to send him for a 4th. It's like, get out of here, man. So
I think it also depends on how much time they have
left. They got left on their contract, etc. But
yeah, Quincy was a few years into his new contract.
Yeah, I think
Breece is close to the end.
Right. But I was more than happy with him. And again, we all knew that, he wanted out, and that's fine. When a player makes it public, whether on purpose or surreptitiously, that they want to trade or want to leave, get rid of them. It's as simple as that. I don't, it's not easy being a Jets player. It's even harder being a Jets fan. So if you want to go, fuck off and keep fucking off into the horizon. It's nothing. I'm not mad at you, but like, I don't want to keep guys around that are like, yeah, I don't want to be here, but I don't have anything better to do. So yeah, I was fine.
Yeah, I agree with that. And look, as long as we got as long as we got a first out of it, I would have been happy.
Yeah.
When it came through that we also got a second and a player, like once again, if Mozzie Smith doesn't work out, he doesn't work out. The two players, AD Mitchell and Mozzie Smith, are so secondary to the picks.
Yeah.
So
It's low risk, high reward.
correct. Yes, and that's how I look at it also.
So, yeah, 100%.
So and then now Quincy comes into One Jets Drive and sees he's number 2 on the depth chart. Was this a decision because of his brother, or was this a decision like what do you think they were thinking? Because I still think Quincy, whether he's unhappy or not, will still play his heart out because he's going to be looking for a new contract soon from somebody. I still think he's the best bet.
I suspect that somebody made a phone call to their head coach or their general manager and bitched that their brother got traded or overstepped his bounds. And they're like, okay, well, have a seat. We're losing games with you.
So, I mean, that's true.
You know, and I'm not
any worse.
That's what I mean. So I'm not mad at him. You know what I mean? But it's like, one, your brother did want out. You know, two, like you said, I mean, I would have thought we could have moved him even for something, but if the answer wasn't going to be that, you know. So again, something may have been said. Maybe not. I don't know. I always tell people when it comes to shit behind the scenes, there's always so fucking much we don't know. Even in this age of information, there's always an insane amount of shit that we don't have any idea about. So I'm fine with it. It is what it is. You know, I worry that this will go worse and he'll become a distraction on the team, or if he throws a fit or something and gets sent home. But we'll see. I mean, I'm rooting for him to just get back in the game. But you know, we're just gonna have to wait and see. The fact is this season is a complete fucking state. We're not gonna. Again, I don't think we're gonna win another game this year. And even if we do, like, technically that's counterproductive to our drafting. Again, we don't root for the tank, but it is what it is. And you know, like I say, right now, put Cook in. I don't fucking care.
Oh, I agree with that.
We see again. I've said this, and I've said this for years with this team, as I've said it with many of my other teams. You've already shown me you can lose with this roster. Show me you can lose with some random ass roster. Maybe we'll find that Willie Beeman.
Yeah, yeah, and yeah, see what Cook has. And that's another thing. What do you? I mean, look, truthfully, I think this next draft coming up, 2026, the New York Jets are taking a quarterback with their first pick.
100%, and I think that they're going to be in the top 3.
Now, but now there's the other option where we wait till next year and because we have Justin Fields next year, we have Cook. So what's to say you don't get weapons or an edge rusher or something to that effect this year, and wait till next year where it's very clear who the top quarterbacks are.
Right, but then the question becomes, then do you have another year where we've talked about, do we send our rookie quarterback in and throw him to the wolves like we've done so far and seen him get chewed up and spit out? Or then we have to find a veteran quarterback for 1 year to kind of, you know, have the prodigy play behind him or whatever. You know, there's a lot of X factors that have to go on. I mean, until the Jets know where they're drafting, I don't think you can even try to speculate on that call because, you know, what's that guy? The guy they're scouting today. What's his fucking name?
I have no idea. I didn't see anything today. I was
they're at that one guy who's one of the top 3s, and you know they're scouting him, and it's like, cool. I mean, if he's there and they believe in him, get him. You know, there's no question about it. And then, you know, shit, who's to say fucking I mean, maybe this is just crazy talk, but if you decide, okay, you've gotten the picks you kind of like this year, you got a new good wideout, whatever you want to plug the holes you want to plug this year, because God knows there's loads of them. Maybe next season you actually trade one of those firsts if there's not like the guy right there that you want for 2 seconds or something, and really speed up the process. There's a million things going on. Mendoza, thank you guys. So I don't know. There's a lot to process here, but you know, it's all a matter of who does Darren Muji think is going to be his quarterback? Who's the guy he's going to draft? It's going to be his dude. and that's that.
And Maddie, we've said this before. Like people say, like, oh, there's like a Jets tax, and I'm not just talking about ridiculous New Jersey taxes. I'm talking about going to the Jets,
no, the
knowing the
Jets
Jets
tax has nothing
history.
to do with New Jersey
Oh,
taxes.
well, correct. I'm just saying. I'm not talking about. Yeah,
no,
it's going. It's being a New
come
York
to this
Jet.
shit show, and you will have to pay you more.
Now, but here's the thing: if you have success here, even if you don't win look at how I still hold Testaverde.
Yeah.
Like he never won us a championship. He never. I mean, we got a division championship with Testaverde, but we went to the AFC Championship game, and I still look at this guy. Like if you win it with the Jets, you will be beloved.
You are a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah, and you know what? It's not going to be like if you win it with the Cowboys or the Chiefs or the Patriots
if you can turn the Jets around and be part of that. I mean, that's it's kind of like when LeBron went to the Heat instead of the Knicks back in the day. And I was like, dude, nobody cares if you win a championship with the Heats. With the Heats. What am I, retarded? With the Heat. But if you can take the Knicks to a championship and get there, they haven't won since 73. Like, that's so much bigger on your resume to win in New York. And the Jets are probably the number one team that if you can win there, like, even if you just took them to the Super Bowl, won, and were a free agent, you would get a huge payday. Just because you could fix the Jets, you could fix any program.
You win it with the Jets, you are a hero in New York for life.
Look at Mark Messier.
Bottom line. Yeah.
I mean, Mark Messier is revered as, the second coming in New York, period. I mean, the man can't walk down the street without the whole world trying to give him a hug or, whatever. So,
well, and even you could even look at the Giants have won 4 or 5 Super Bowls. But you Eli Manning, Michael Strahan, like these guys are still like just heroes in New York, and so is Phil Simms, Mark Navarro, all the Lawrence Taylor, like these guys. But you win it with the Jets, like you all of a sudden, whatever quarterback wins it with the Jets is all of a sudden in the mythos of Joe Namath.
Yeah, it's literally like being the doctor who fucking botched 7 surgeries but cured cancer. They're going to worry about they're going to remember the cancer, not the 7 surgeries.
Absolutely. Scott Foster. I just started thinking, what if we don't suck forever? We're not going to suck forever. The question is Maddie, we're not going to suck forever. Like we even us, we've been fans for 40 plus years, and we've had in those,
like 4 years.
Okay. That's my point. So we will eventually get another season or 2 in our lifetime.
Forever is a long time, but
I think we're gonna have another good season eventually. I don't know when it's going to be, but I used to say we're due every 10 to 15 years, but now we've gotten to that 15-year mark.
Yeah, well, we got a lot of back taxes to collect then.
Yeah. Rusty Spooner, Cowboys fans are a big pissed about the Quinnen trade, all saying why didn't they do the trade earlier and go for a guy who's older and go for a guy who's older than Parsons. Yeah, I don't understand. They trade away Parsons and then bring in Quinnen. Once again, Quinnen. I like Quinnen, and he always he put a good front on if he was unhappy in New York, because he always had the biggest smile and he looks like a big teddy bear, and he was one of those Jets that I really did just really like, you just saw him as a nice guy, a loyal guy. Turns out not so loyal. Not because of the trade, but because he was requesting trades. But where has he been all season? Like, I understand he a lot of the time needs to be double covered, but that hasn't helped our defense. We've been giving up 30 points a game. So he hasn't been getting sacks either. I think he's got what 1 or 2 on the year. So once again, this is another trade where it's like, I hate to see him go. Sauce, I don't care. I really don't. But with Quinnen, I hate to see him go, but I'm not really like if Brees or Garrett or Jermaine Johnson, if one of those guys would have gone, I would have been a lot more pissed.
Difference makers are harder to part with, but and like I say, our defense has been trash all year.
Valerie, I can't agree with you. I hate the Cowboys. So
I don't hate the Cowboys, so I'm fine with it.
I hope Quinnen plays well because I like Quinnen. I hope the Cowboys suck. Because once again, I won't root for a Jets tank, but I sure now for the rest of the season will be hoping that the Colts and the Cowboys lose as many games as possible.
As much as you can.
Yeah.
But that's not even so much rooting for a tank. That's just us rooting for us to get ahead.
Correct.
Yeah.
I can't see Dallas winning more than 3 games this year. Good for us in the second round. Yep.
Yeah.
Little Way says Chiefs offered a fourth for Brees, so in hindsight, it'll give us 2 fourths, which is still good value to trade up to the third round plus a late round pick. Brees seems fake to me. Look, we'll see. I guess we'll see if we have to put him on a franchise tag or if he's willing to sign a nice contract with the Jets.
I think he's going to get a contract.
I hope he does. I'd like to keep a few of these guys around. Let's see Cook. Yeah.
Yeah, I got no problem with that. I mean, like I say, we've all admitted that this season we've thrown the towel in on it. It's,
Well, yeah, and we know what we look. Do we know what we have with Justin Fields at this point?
Oh yeah,
pretty much. We don't know what we have with Cook. I mean, like he could suck. We all expect him to suck.
If he sucks, fine. Fields was gonna suck.
Yeah, correct. It's not like Fields is winning us games.
Yeah, we're not benching Brett Favre circa 1998.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bills and Pats offered a second for Brees, but we didn't want to trade insider. Oh no, absolutely not.
No,
absolutely not.
No. I really want a Bills second rounder. Get out of here.
I believe in yeah, exactly. That's basically a third rounder.
Yeah, that's what is that? The 63rd pick.
I believe in the theory that you draft a QB every year until you find the guy. Well, I mean, we could draft a Mendoza this year and then next year trade some things to move up. And
yeah, there's a million opportunities. There's a lot of open doors right now.
Have you watched Adam Sandler? Of course, where Sonny takes Julian to the bar and the waitress says, "Yeah, of course, the goddamn Jets." Maddie taught his daughter that at a very young age.
I did.
I don't like this. Valerie.
I've heard some rumors, but I don't see it going anywhere.
No, he's injured every year.
Yeah.
I have no interest in bringing in a quarterback who is already, in his. I mean, how long has Burrow's been playing? It's got to have been 6 years.
One of the most important abilities is availability.
There you go. I like that, and you said that before, but I like that. That is very true, and he has been injured a lot.
I mean, there's always out here when I talk hockey with local people out here, they always talk about how Peter Forsberg was so much better than Joe Sakic, and I'm like, Joe Sakic played 80 games a year. Forsberg played like between 40 and 55. Sakic's the clear winner.
Here we go. We get a Jets chant in the house. Jets. I feel better, Maddie. I feel better doing the Jets chant today than I have over the past couple weeks.
Well,
like I feel like there's just something behind it. Come on, Jets.
It's your self-delusion that you do as a Jets fan.
They pull me in.
You're Al Pacino right now.
They always pull me
back in.
Jack says Seahawks fan here. Hey, good to have you.
Yeah, dude.
How do you explain Darnold's evolution from his time on the Jets and our Jets fans pulling for him now that he's doing well? I'm pulling for him.
Yeah, I like Sam Darnold, period. When he left the Jets, I wished him well wherever he went. I think it's just a matter of when you get out of hell, it's a lot easier. It's literally like kicking off the weights off your ankles and you can run faster. It's, just Darnold was in such a terrible place and a bad team. I mean, bad coaches, everything. The deck was so stacked against him. He was never going to do good. And so, yeah, I'm very happy that he's doing well elsewhere. And, if I ever met him, I'd probably try to get him to, sign a football for me just because, no hate on my end.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat, Maddie. I have no hate for Sam Darnold. And if you're still here, Jack, as a Seahawks fan, I'll tell you this. You may not know a lot about the New York Jets, but our fans here will be very familiar with what I'm about to say. Everyone is good before the Jets. Everyone is good after the Jets. Case in point, Boomer Esiason, Neil O'Donnell.
The Jets are NFL community service.
Yeah, Brett Favre was good before the Jets and after. Oh, yeah. So was Aaron Rodgers. Okay, this is normal for us. And then what we do is we take in our rookie quarterbacks. We drafted Sam Darnold 3rd overall or something like that.
3rd overall,
and then Zach Wilson 2nd overall. And what did we do? Throw him out there without learning the game, learning the speed of the NFL over college, all this stuff, and ruin their self-esteem with no offensive line most of the time. And we trade them away, and look at what I am very happy for Sam Darnold. Very happy for Sam Darnold. If we can't draft Mendoza and complete the tank, I hope we trade back, get more picks, get wide receiver Tate, linebacker Sonny Styles, and get QB Diego Pavia in the 3rd round. The kid is very underrated and has grit. Well, that would be good in the sense that we bring him in, and then the next year we still have 3 first rounds. So if we want to fuck around, we could trade up to that number 1 spot. We have 3 first rounders. Like, not a problem. There you are, Chris. Did you hit the like button, Chris?
You know.
Okay. He already put it in here. Hey, Midnight Mike, Maddie, Jets, everyone. Hope all is well. Go Jets. Love you all. Like, support, subscribe to the channel. Yes, like it's free, and subscribe if you're new. I get to finally come back and do a reaction video tomorrow, Maddie. It felt weird, like having a week off.
Yeah, and then we have a fucking Thursday night game. Like, can we just not fucking? I want the Jets on every Sunday at 1 p.m.
I don't mind the 4. I could do 1 or 4.
I can put up with that, but I don't. No, they don't deserve primetime games. That's for sure.
4 is not primetime.
No, that's why I'm saying Sunday.
Oh yeah, correct. Oh yeah, I don't want Sunday night.
Mondays are okay, but they don't deserve them. Just leave us to fucking suck ass at 11 o'clock my time every Sunday, okay? Please. I got a system here.
Cousin Kenny says I personally couldn't care less about Darnold's performances with the Seahawks, and way to go Badgers.
Okay.
I hope I'm alive when the Jets win again. I think we all are.
Yeah, I think we can all agree on that.
Yeah, and a lot of us weren't alive when they won the first time.
Yeah.
So we're going to be in that weird, I think me and Maddie are in that weird age bracket where we're just
too young to remember the Super Bowl and too old to remember anything good.
Yep.
It's like I was telling people, I'm like, I'm an 80s kid. I remember all the shit that went on in the 80s. That was my intro.
Johnny boy, I was saying this, I'm telling you, I was saying this, I think before last season. I was like, does anybody realize that Mark Sanchez is only like 36 years old or 37? Like, what the fuck? We're just bringing back once again. Not
he doesn't have a job now.
Yeah, now he's free. You know,
he's got time off.
Get in the gym. Hell yeah, Ryan. Devils defeated the Penguins in OT. Very excited about that. Devils still the best record in all of hockey. The only team. Well, it might have changed tonight, but as of the last time I checked, the only team in double-digit wins. 11-4. 11-4. And we haven't lost one overtime game. They're looking good. They're looking good. As a matter of fact, Maddie, real quick, speaking of hockey, the Winter Olympics are literally right around the corner.
Oh, yeah, that's this year, isn't it?
Yep, they're right around the corner, and 2 teams have released their jerseys, Finland and Canada. Have you seen either of them?
I have not, actually. I thought I saw the USA one, but it turned out to be a throwback one.
Yeah, the U.S. has not released their jerseys yet. Now, there's been a lot of stink about the Canadian ones.
Let's see it.
Do you want to see them or do you want to see Finland's first?
Show me Canada first.
Okay, here we go. So this is, okay, there's one with all 3. So they're going to have 3 jerseys.
Okay.
Here we go. Tell me, before I give you my thoughts, tell me your thoughts.
Okay. That's, I'm not a fan.
Not a fan?
No, I mean, it's just, it looks like something the Fox NFL robot would have worn in 1996. Like,
I have a single one of the jerseys.
No, I mean, it really, I mean, first of all, Toronto should sue him for copyright infringement. But
dude, the Canadian hockey team almost always has a Maple Leaf.
Yeah, but that just looks like a Leafs jersey that somebody was too lazy to fucking do anything creative with. I don't like it. I think that the design just looks too, I don't know, metallic. Like,
yeah, it has like a weird like leather.
Yeah, like I could see if you're
like
wearing
leather
this
couch
and not ironically listening to Limp Bizkit.
Okay, well, here's what I thought. First and foremost, are they going to go by the Canadian Devils? That's my first question.
They definitely got Devils colors.
But my other thing is that I don't hate them. Now, most of the things I've seen from Canadians is they hate them. And I will say this, I don't hate these jerseys, especially the white one at the bottom.
The white one's the least offensive of them.
Correct. I like the white one at the bottom, but the only thing is they're...
Murph, you like these?
The only thing is, Maddie, do you remember their what was that tournament called? The Four
Nations last year.
Yeah, the Four Nations. Do you remember that jersey?
I thought that was
Canadian jersey was gorgeous.
Like, why don't they just take that? I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I don't understand. And we'll get back to Jets talk, folks.
Let's see the Finland one.
The Finland one. Now, what I like about both of these jerseys, which gives me hope for the Americans and other teams, is that they're both so simple. You have that one with just the maple leaf, some stripes, looking, whatever. Finland kind of went the same way. Do you want the white or the blue?
Whatever you want to put up first.
So this is their white.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, simple, right?
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Nice single logo on the chest, some striping, and then this is their blue.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, I got an old school Esa Tikkanen Olympics jersey, or rather Team Finland jersey. So, yeah, I kind of like those. Those are pretty solid.
I know you buy other countries. I could never buy another country's national jersey. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I don't care what sport it is. I'm only buying American jerseys.
I'm an international guy.
You are. You're an international jet setting playboy.
We all know that. If you're the Justice League of America, I'm Justice League International.
I am very upset because those jerseys dropped, I believe, yesterday. And I was like, oh, before the show tomorrow, they got to drop the USA jerseys. And I've seen nothing. I even checked.
I didn't even hear about those ones. Again, I've been so nuts busy lately. But I'm definitely looking forward to that. I'd like to see the Russia jersey.
Are they allowed? I don't know. Are they even allowed to play?
I think they're allowed back in this year. And then Sweden will always, they usually just do the 3 crowns, which is always kind of, simple. Yeah, that's kind of cool. I'm glad you brought that up because I would have had no idea.
Yeah, well, that's what we got so far for the international jerseys. Let me get back to your comments. More Jets talk, obviously. Petey, what's up? Petey Rose. None of us expect our Jets to actually make the right moves. Come on, we all know it. No, that's the biggest problem. That's the biggest problem. We have a chance. We have a chance to really have a young team because think about this. Over the next 2 years, we're going to have 5 first rounders on our team pending movement of picks. We're still going to have Membu, Fashanu, Mason Taylor, who else? There's more, but we have all these guys on their rookie deals, all these first rounders. So add another 5 first rounders to this team and you have a young squad. And if you pick the right guys for once,
yeah, please just don't fuck up the draft.
Oh, it's killing me. Johnny Bray, if Lavernius Coles was the first cop at the scene for Mark Sanchez, he would have let everything slide. God. Well, look, I've said it before, man. Mark's team had his back. Mark's team is the reason why Mark looks pretty competent. And so I think they would have his back in this situation. Yes, Lavernius Coles would probably have helped him. Let's see here. Jet UPGO. Go Jets. Oh, look, the Islanders won today. That's a rarity.
Yeah, the Rangers can't win at home. They just cannot win at home.
The Devils can't lose at home. We still have not lost at home yet. I hate to be a braggart, Maddie.
What's that?
We're having a great. I said I hate to be a braggart, but the Devils are having an outstanding season.
Well, you're a month into it. So far, you're doing really well.
So far.
Yeah, I just like I said though, I hate being right, but I called it about the Rangers. I was like, this team is just playing for next year's free agency class, and that just blew up in their face.
Because Maddie, like I told you on Monday or Saturday, it's like when I just bragged about the Devils, what did you say? You said, yeah, you've had a good first month. Okay, you've had a bad first month. So, yeah, but there's a lot of hockey to be played.
You got to remember, though, dude, just like you know your team, like I know my team. And, like, I can tell you if the Rangers are going to win a game by the first intermission. Just like it's kind of like when I know my kids are cutting up and they're doing dumb shit. And I'm like, somebody's going to get in trouble today. You just watch them. You can see I mean, I'm sure you do the same with the Devils. I see them just like, okay, the effort is looking pretty piss poor. Or clearly, like, Shesterkin doesn't have it today. Like, I'm just kind of like, you just know your team. And
yeah. Well, I got really worried when Markstrom came back from his injury because Allen was playing outstanding hockey.
And you got to ride the guy who's hot.
Yeah, well, they didn't. They put Mendoza, or they put Mendoza. I have draft picks on my mind. They put Markstrom back in, and he looked like shit and gave up like 6 or 7 goals in his first game back, but he's kind of righted the ship, so I'm happy about that.
Yeah, I saw the cat out of the corner of my eye, Scott. That's
I don't know who was in goal today though, but Jets are in QB hell. Are they though? We have 5 first-round draft picks to find a guy. Like we have our pick of the litter. Daniel Murphy, good to see you. Where's Dano, man? Daniel Murphy, Scott Foster, Dano on the Danger Zone every Friday night. I believe it's 9 p.m. I always end up getting in later when I go in and check and get into the comments. But these guys are awesome. Thank you very much for being in here, Murph. I preach about confidence in young NFL players all the time. Good coaching and support helps. Yeah, and that's what we're hoping.
That's what Darnold didn't have.
Yeah, and neither really did Zach Wilson.
Yeah, it had Adam Gase, for Christ's sakes.
We are anyone hell frick you talking about? Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
We're in a heavenly place with defense or offense.
You understood that?
Yeah, because he was talking about the Jets are QB hell, and he said we're anyone hell.
Oh, okay. QB. Pavia had big numbers today. I'll go check it when it's over. Islanders are winning with less than 1 minute because Rangers suck at home.
It's true.
Oh, they played the Rangers today.
Yeah, they played them today.
I'm sorry I clapped, Maddie.
That's all right. It's fine, dude. Like I said,
I just felt good because I know when you're Jets fans, you have Devils, Rangers, and Islander fans in there, and I know the Islanders are at the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, they're a fun team to kind of pay attention to this year.
Yeah, there you go. Savage, yes, go Islanders. Quinnen literally said, fuck this team. So embarrassing.
Yeah. It's not like this team gave him much to be happy about.
Yeah, Thursday night, Jets and Patriots. Ryan's excited about that. He's a Patriots fan today?
I guess this week. I don't know. I can't keep up.
No, I know you're a Patriots fan. Yeah, the kid went off. I'm assuming he's talking about Pavia. He's tough as nails, too, and winning at Vanderbilt, which is unheard of. I still have a hard time thinking that we're going to draft a quarterback out of like Vanderbilt. Like I don't know. Well, I mean, where did we draft? Ken
O'Brien at BYU, for Christ's sake.
Oh, yeah, Ken O'Brien was out of like UC Davis. So it's like,
yeah, we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. All I can say is let's just soldier on through this season, and there will be, once the regular season's over, there will be a lot of questions that are a lot easier to answer, I think.
Here we go. Daniel Murphy getting a Jets chant. Jets. He comes in with 199, says, will there be more than 2 TDs scored on Sunday between both the Jets and the Browns? No, are we talking about just the Jets, or are we talking about the Jets and the Browns?
Yeah, it's going to be like a 9-6 game watch.
Oh, God.
He's so bad, dude.
No, because you know what will happen then? Then everyone will be like, see, we didn't need Quinnen. Our defense is awesome. And it's like, no.
Oh, God.
Like, people were talking about how our defense is good when we played when we played the Broncos. The Broncos just sucked that game. Their offense was absolutely terrible.
Yeah, that's the thing, dude. Like, Denver is not as good as the world, and especially as Bronco fans think. So, I mean, the Jets I feel like should have beaten them that game. But, there's a lot of potential frauds running around the NFL, I feel like.
Johnny Boy tells Murph that we're scoring 40 plus. Like, I almost want to do something stupid like you do, where you go, I won't. If we score 40 points, I'll shave my head. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to pull a Maddie and say something that I won't stick to.
I didn't stick to it.
No, there's been a few things you didn't stick to, Maddie.
Like what?
There was other things that you said you would do, and I can't put my finger on it right now.
I did that with the haircut. That was it.
No, that you stuck to. That I'll give you that credit for. 100%.
No, you got to cite examples. You can't just be like, you're full of shit most of the time.
Okay, you want me to cite examples? Then I'll go back, I'll check, and I will get back to you next week.
Yeah, tell me what because I mean, I'm sure alcohol was involved, but
it probably was. This is about those Canadian Olympic jerseys. I like the red and white one. Yeah, that's the best one of those. They look sick. Fire. The Canada jerseys looks like a Nazi hockey team. Fair. I can't. Yeah. Black and red, always a good color combo. Devils. Plus, it's simple and nice. Yeah,
He
I
makes a
like
good
this,
point. A good black and red jersey looks good.
but and I like the simplicity of both the jerseys, the Canadian and the Finland. It's literally
It's
just
just a
logo
logo. It's
stripes.
just it's just make it a cloth one. It looks like it's a pleather one or something. Just something
It
like
does. It does look pleather. I can't deny that. Maddie, we do have someone in the green room, but I wanted to tell you that today I watched one of the best documentaries that I've ever seen, ever.
which is
I don't know if you've seen it. It's called Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
no, I have not.
Oh man, Maddie,
Good. It's
I'll tell you.
worth a watch.
I'll tell you. I never knew that Abraham Lincoln was such a friggin' badass.
That's
Like,
funny.
and I'll tell you, I felt just as patriotic at the end of this movie than I have watching other like American war movies. Watching him just he choose like I will spoil one thing, like when he's being trained, it's almost like Batman Begins.
Oh my god.
Okay. And he's asked to pick his weapon, and it's a bunch of muskets and revolvers and all this stuff. And he looks over at an axe in wood, and because he was like, well, I've always been good with an axe, and that's his weapon of choice the rest of the movie. And the way he uses it like a lightsaber.
Oh my
Like,
god.
dude, best documentary I've
I'll
seen
have
in
to
a long
check it
time.
out. Well, speaking of, it is about my time to go. So if you want to bring in the next guest, I'll hand the torch to whoever it is, and I'll say good night to you guys.
Well, I appreciate it, Maddie. Stick around, everybody. We got more Midnight Jury family tree coming in. But Maddie, hey man, we got the Browns tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll see. Like I say, I'm gonna set my alarm so I get up on time, and I just zero confidence. But like I say, I'm rooting for a Cook and Shadur sighting more than anything else.
That'd be interesting.
Be fun to watch. But that said, boys and girls, good night. It was great to see you guys as always, and I will see you on Tuesday.
Have a good one, Maddie.
Later.
All right, guys, keep hitting that thumbs up button. You're doing great tonight. I see the numbers go up every time I say, hey, hit that like button. A few more of you do, and I see numbers go up. I really appreciate that. Johnny Boy is in here. Jets Worldwide, wide. Check that show out. And Murph is in here from the Danger Zone, Dano. That's Friday nights. Guys, check out all these guys. And keep showing your support. I'm going to get back to the chat, but let's bring in another member of the Midnight Mike Show family tree. Live as always from his vehicle, Honest Abe. How you doing tonight?
What up, though?
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm driving down these streets of Detroit right now. So if anything pops off, you'll know, you'll hear it.
All right, well, let's start with this, Abe. We'll go one thing at a time. Sauce Gardner, 2 first-round picks, and we get AD Mitchell. Your thoughts?
Dude, I love the trade. I love it. Let's do that, okay. Sauce, for after the first 2 years where he played elite level ball, has been like a good corner that can't tackle, has no physicality whatsoever, and is good in coverage. He's all right. He's well above average in coverage. He's a really good corner.
That's the one thing I gave him. That's the one thing I gave him. I said he's good when he needs to get his hands in there to block, to break up a ball. Other than that, tackling, interceptions, all that penalties now. He's a disaster.
I'm not gonna say it was a nightmare, but for what is expected from him, it wasn't good enough. And to get the package that they got dude, it's crazy. People just talk about the 2 1s, and yeah, absolutely. But they also got their second round pick from last year. Like AD Mitchell wasn't just some undrafted free agent that had a couple of good games. No, that was their second round pick when we took Malachi Corley.
Yep. And have you seen? I mean, the best clip is the one from the Colts game of AD Mitchell burning Sauce Gardner for a touchdown.
Yep. Well, did he have a touchdown? I don't know if he scored a touchdown in the NFL yet, but
yeah, didn't he? Or maybe he was down, but it was the stretch. I thought he scored on that play.
No, he went down at the 1. He went
okay.
Yeah,
okay.
He hasn't scored a touchdown yet in his career, and
he's about to tomorrow, buddy. He's about to tomorrow.
In all likelihood, it probably won't change.
No, it'll be tomorrow.
Well, how many snaps is he going to get after half a week of practice? How many?
We don't have any wide receivers.
We don't need it, dude. We're going to play 12 personnel. We'll have Garrett out there. We'll have your boy Lazard. You know,
Yeah.
God.
And who else? Like, that's what I'm. No,
Arian
yeah,
Smith.
there's a few other guys, but it's like this guy's a second rounder. He knows how to run routes.
If we can get between John Mechie, A.D. Mitchell, and Arian Smith, one of them, just to be somewhat decent, that can show, like, we're at A.D. Mitchell now. This is year 2 for A.D. Mitchell. He's got a 4-year contract. Like, be ready for A.D. Mitchell. He's going to be on this team for the next 2 to 3 years.
Well, that's what I was saying earlier. I said to Maddie, I said, okay, so A.D. Mitchell, then we have Membu, we have Fashanu, we have Mason Taylor, who's looking better each week and looking a little bit more comfortable. Add 5 first-round picks to that. We are going to have a young team.
Let me ask you it's a fundamental question, but there's so much meaning to it. Would you prefer to skip on drafting a quarterback in 26 and taking one in 27? I don't know if you talked about it before.
No, we did briefly talk about this, and I just don't see. And Maddie brought up a good point. It's like, so we're going to have Justin Fields on the team next year, most likely. He's on a 2-year contract. Yeah. Are we gonna make the same mistake? Like we don't draft a quarterback in this next draft. We keep Justin Fields, but then we draft a quarterback in 2027, and we could feasibly go up to the number 1 pick and take whoever we want. With 3 first rounders and 2 second rounders, we could trade up enough to get whatever we want. But then what are we going to do? Are we going to take that guy and make the same mistake we made with Sam Darnold, the same mistake we made with Zach Wilson, and just throw him to the wolves?
Well, you would have to hope that they're smarter about it. And with both Sam Darnold and Zach Wilson, they didn't have the roster in place. So if you go and say, hey, in 26, we're picking 3rd overall, we're going to take another top-end wide receiver. We're going to get a guy to play safety or a linebacker. We don't have a linebacker right now. We're going to get a top-level linebacker or another pass rusher. And we're going to build our roster. This way, when the quarterback does come into play in 27, there's more of a foundation as opposed to right now. Let's say you pick I love Dante Moore, assuming he comes out this year. Let's say you take Dante Moore 3rd overall this year. Who's he throwing it to? What offensive weapons are there for him? What defense is going to be there to give him back the ball? So would you rather take a guy?
The defense could be a problem, Abe. But the way I'm looking at it, no matter what quarterback we have, if AD, I said earlier, we need AD Mitchell to be a legitimate wide receiver 3. Okay. Then we have Garrett at 1. You have Mason Taylor, who's getting better. You have Brees out of the backfield. Hopefully we can hang on to him. And I said how smart it was. We got rid of Sauce. Brees, even at a high running back contract, is going to be cheaper than Sauce. So we're saving money regardless. So then you have Brees out of the backfield. Well, then all we need to do is with one of these other first rounders or with one of these other second rounders is get a wide receiver 2 in there. That's all we need to do.
Yeah.
That's a lot of weapons.
But when are you getting that guy? Who's the wide receiver 2 you're getting to help out this young quarterback?
That's a question for Tommy Jets. He watches more college football than I do.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I think part of my thought process is passing on the quarterback in 26 and taking a quarterback in 27. Because realistically, I think the Colts are frauds. I think we're going to see that in 2 years that they're not going to be this good. I think that by next season, the Cowboys are going to stink again, and the Jets we know are going to stink.
Hey, Abe, I still think we're going to get decent picks out of the Colts and Cowboys this year. Yes. I don't think the Cowboys are doing much, and I think the Colts are going to have a slide.
100%. I agree 100%. That Colts pick is still good. They're still going to be a playoff team, so that Colts pick is still going to be in the 20s somewhere. The Cowboys, we have their 2nd round pick this year. That might be top 10 in the 2nd round potentially. But I'm saying for 27, I think the Jets are going to have a top 10 pick. I think that the Cowboys are going to have a top 10 pick. And I think that there's a real possibility that the Colts are picking in the top 15. So you might have 3 top 15 picks.
Dude, you're telling me you were not watching the show earlier.
I swear I was not.
Dude, I said the exact same thing. I said, Maddie, there's a chance that in 2027 we have 3 top 15 picks.
That's true.
That's insane. Like, could you imagine any other team looking at that draft board and going, holy fuck, the Jets are picking 3 times in the top 15.
And
Like,
what people are saying is like one of the better drafts that are going to be out there in quite some time.
Oh yes, I hear. I've been hearing that before all this talk. Before the trade deadline, I've heard nothing but how great 2027 is, which is why I'm very thrilled. Like, look, we may have to wait an extra year to get those 3 picks in the first round, but even if they're top 25 picks, it's supposed to be so stacked that like 3 picks in the top 25 is going to be an outstanding draft for the New York Jets, hopefully.
So here's the other dilemma with it, right? With it being such a stacked draft, do you want to use one of those picks on a quarterback, or do you want to get one of these other elite type of players at another position of need?
Well, that's a problem. That's a problem that it's really on Muji and Glenn. It's like, I don't want them just picking a quarterback in the 26th draft because we need a quarterback. Right. You know, you could build around the future quarterback if you see someone coming out in 27 that you're like, no, this is our guy.
I mean, it's a good problem to have.
Absolutely it is, dude. And I said to Maddie, it's like, he said that I was being a little bit more optimistic than he was. But I said to him, I said, Maddie, before the trade deadline, did you have any hope or faith in the New York Jets? And no Jets fan. I know there's a few super positive, guys in our chat. I get that. But did any realistic Jets fan have any hope or faith in this team prior to this? Now all of a sudden there's hope. There's optimism. No matter how bad the Jets find a way to fuck it up, there's optimism. There's hope that this team could draft the right guys. Even if only 3 or 4 of the 5 first rounders pan out to be legit like guys, I'm happy with that.
So here's my only counter to everything is that, and I know you can't like use history as an example, but if you take the 22 draft where we had 4 picks in the top 40, whatever it was, and those all turn into guys, right? Sauce, Garrett, Jermaine, and Brees all turn into guys, and we still haven't accomplished a goddamn thing with them. So if we get another, 5-8 picks over the next first 2 rounds in the next 2 years, like, and even if they're guys, what's still going to happen with this team? We've shown that even with all players, it doesn't matter.
No, but the problem is that those guys never had a quarterback except for 1 year with Aaron Rodgers, and he was still coming off an Achilles.
But we don't know if we're going to hit on quarterback. Like, you can love Mendoza, you can love Dante Moore. You can.
Well, what about this Brian down here? He's not the first. There's been several people talking about Pavi out of Vanderbilt. Do you know anything about him?
The dude out of Vanderbilt is. I'm trying to comp him to an NFL guy. He's not Taysom Hill because he doesn't play tight end or anything like that. He's Cam Scadaboo playing quarterback is what he is.
Okay, well, because ISU says Pavi is too small. Pass.
Yeah, he's Cam Scadaboo at the quarterback position. Dude's got mental health disease. He's fucking nuts. He's a winner, sure, which obviously we want, but I don't know if he's not an NFL caliber quarterback. He's not. He'll play tight end in the NFL.
Wait a minute. Honestly, the Jets might as well draft from DeVry or the University of Phoenix with their history of drafting quarterbacks.
I mean,
that's pretty funny. That's actually a very funny comment.
I mean,
and it's so funny because for a while I thought University of Phoenix was a college in Phoenix, Arizona. I didn't realize it was like a DeVry where it was just like a mail-in college.
All online. I like to tell people I played college football at University of Phoenix.
Oh, there you go. Scott Foster says Broncos played to the level of their competition. Yeah, the Broncos are not as good as they seem. Like every game they've won has been against a crap team, and they've barely won. Put it this way: they beat the Jets by what? 2 points?
Every team that they beat, minus maybe 1, has been by less than 3 points.
Correct.
Or 3 points or less.
And most of them were crap teams.
Yeah.
And like Maddie said, you can only play the Raiders twice in their division.
But it doesn't matter because they played other crap teams. They played the Giants. And it's so weird, their team, right? Like, they play the Giants. They score 39 points, but they give up 38. This shit doesn't make sense.
We were talking about this earlier. Johnny Boy came in saying, "Oh, the Jets are going to put 40 up on the board." Scott says, "If we score 40, I'll let Johnny shave my balls."
Against Cleveland, that allowed Green Bay to score 10 points. I don't think the Jets are putting them. This isn't Cincinnati's defense. Like, Cleveland's a really good. They have no offense. They're not like us because our defense sucks, but they're not going to score because their offense stinks, and they're not going to give up points because their defense is good. Like, this is going to be a really ugly, like, 7-3 game. Like what we just saw.
Now hold on. Valerie is saying, now, does this freak you out? Watch Shador show up tomorrow. I've talked so much shit on Shador Sanders. It would be just like the football gods to kick me in the nuts, have Shador come in and just light the Jets up.
Shador sucks. I actually like Dylan Gabriel. I think he's very systematic. I think he's a good quarterback. He's nothing elite. He's nothing special, but I think Dylan Gabriel makes all the plays that he's required to make. He's a system quarterback. If Dylan Gabriel was right-handed, everyone would be like, "Oh, he's a guy. He's okay." But because he's a lefty, no one likes him.
Cousin Kenny comes in and says, "I guess today's hockey game was the 100th anniversary of Madison Square Garden." I don't know if it is it. I know this is the Rangers' 100th season, but is the Garden that old? I don't know.
I don't know. The Garden won't be around much longer though.
Why? What are you?
Oh, you didn't hear? Yeah, everything in New York City is being blown up.
Oh yeah, okay, fair enough. they're just gonna fuck it up.
Yeah.
We probably could beat the Browns, but who gives a fuck, really? I'll watch it begrudgingly.
Honestly, you know what's so interesting with getting all this extra draft capital? I would feel like even the guys that are big tankers, even them are like, if we win, we win because we have so much draft picks. Like, it doesn't matter as much. Like, how often, even last year, and people rightfully love Membu, right?
Yeah.
What that's drafted 4th overall instead of 7th overall? You think they're taking somebody else instead? No, they're probably ending up with the same guy.
Well, I have no problem with how Membu's necessarily been playing. I have no problem with Fashanu. I think Mason Taylor is getting more confident, and that honestly makes me feel good, going forward. Like I said, you keep those guys. You have Garrett, you have Jermaine Johnson. Hopefully we can get Brees signed, and then 5 first-rounders.
Yeah.
Like, that's sweet.
Yep.
And all of them are going to be on cheap deals, except for Brees and like Jermaine and Garrett.
But I'm okay paying Brees. And I think I said this last time or one time. When we drafted Darnold, that's the same offseason that the Jets signed Le'Veon Bell. And Le'Veon Bell didn't work. I get that. But the concept of we're paying a rookie quarterback, so we're not paying him at all. Let's use that money that we would and use it on positions that can help him, like a top-level running back. So if you pay Brees and you give him 3-4 years, you're basically giving the running back quarterback money, although obviously not nearly the same, because you're giving the quarterback running back money. So let him have that.
And once again, with Sauce's contract, you could give him half of what Sauce got, and it's still being a high paid running back.
Yeah.
So it's like we could actually offer Brees quite a nice contract to stay with the Jets. So I think Brees should be thrilled. Like, he should be thrilled out of anyone that Sauce is gone.
The question is, if you pay Brees, who does that mean that doesn't get paid? Does that mean like Jermaine Johnson's not, because we don't have enough cap space to give him what he wants?
Dude, we're projected to have $90 million in cap space for next season. We got rid of Quinnen, the rest of Quinnen's contract, which wasn't much. We did pay a lot up front, and we got rid of Sauce's contract. Like, Sauce's was huge.
Yeah.
Plus, we have whatever cap space we had left over from that. And I don't think that Justin Fields is going to be getting his $40 million. I don't know what the incentives are, but I doubt he's reached those incentives.
But I think he got $30 million this year, so it might only be 10 for next year.
No, because he had only 30 guaranteed.
Oh, so I don't know what it's going to come to.
So that might save us another 10, because I'm assuming the final 10 was incentives. I'm not sure, but I'm just saying usually you get the guaranteed and then the rest are on incentives.
No, I think if you play out the contract, he's going to get it.
Well, I mean, what does that entail? Because he was out a game. You know, like if he gets hurt, you know, is that playing out the contract?
No, I'm saying if he's still on this roster by next year, he'll get his money.
Okay, well, we will see. Real quick, everyone. Oh, go ahead.
Whether or not we have a rookie quarterback or not, Justin Fields should be on the roster next year.
Yes, I agree. Well, I would want him to be.
Yeah.
Like week 1 next year, I don't care who we draft at quarterback. I want Justin Fields starting that game.
For sure.
Absolutely. Real quick, everybody. Thank you so much for being in here. We're doing great tonight. I ask that those of you who are new in here throughout the night just to hit the thumbs up. It is free. Subscribe if you're new. And if you're feeling generous tonight on a glorious Jets week, we finally have some hope. A super chat would be very appreciated, or, you know, give some channel memberships, things like that. Join the channel, all that stuff. But like I said, the little thumbs up down below is free. That's free to do. And I don't know if you saw heard me talking about it earlier there, Abe, but so Rusty Spooner says that Abraham Lincoln movie was made on historical facts, by the way. Have you ever seen that movie? It was the best documentary I've ever seen.
The Vampire Slayer one? No.
Yeah, Abraham Lincoln Vampire Slayer?
No.
Dude, I'm telling you, like there's some real cheese CGI in it, and but historically they go through and explain stuff that happened in Abraham Lincoln's life, but it happens to do with vampires who are coming after him and that he's hunting. And I'm telling you, I've never seen a man fight with an axe like it's a lightsaber. And Abraham Lincoln just blows my mind. That's why he's on the $5 bill, Abe.
Love it.
It's unbelievable. Okay, what are your thoughts, real quick? What are your thoughts? We talked about Sauce. We talked about Quinnen. Why is Quincy benched? What is your theory?
Give some new blood in there. Let the young guys play. See what you got. Similar like in Cleveland with their quarterback situation. Put the young guys in there. See what you got, because it's not a winning season now anyway. Quincy isn't an Aaron Glenn guy, so let's put in the rookies. Let's put in the young guys. See if any of them can handle it. And no, going into next year, all right, this guy can't handle it. That spot we're in a good position, or he can't handle it. Quincy's out anyway. He's a free agent. We're not re-signing him. So why play him now to learn nothing?
But do you think anything, Matt, do you think anything was said when Quinnen got traded?
No.
Do you think there was any kind of animosity or, a little wisecrack he made? Anything?
I don't think so, because Quincy is the younger brother, and I don't just mean that literally. Like, Quinnen's the all-pro superstar player, where Quincy's like he's a good player, but he's a guy. And I know he had the all-pro year under Saleh, but like for the most part, Quincy Williams just a guy. So he's a nobody in the sense of it. Where would Quincy Williams would have gotten this opportunity without Quinnen Williams on the team?
I don't know. I think Quincy, he may have gotten his contract because of his brother, but I think he's pulled his weight. He's done well overall.
Not recently.
No, overall. Like overall, his time with the Jets, I'm overall happy with Quincy's performance.
Sure. So if in a few weeks, and we can absolutely see, I expect to see this at some point. I expect to see Brady Cook, or whatever the fuck his name is, getting some playing time, to see like, hey, maybe he's a Brock Purdy and he's a guy, and we don't need to draft a rookie quarterback. Maybe we already got him. Play him a couple games just to kind of see what you got, because there's no harm in it. We suck anyway. What's the worst case scenario? Aaron Glenn and Mushi just bought themselves a guaranteed of 2 more years. So it doesn't matter if they don't win another game in the rest of the season. See what you got out of him. Similarly with Quincy, like, you know what he is, just like you know what Fields is. You know he's certainly not part of the future. So let's see if any of these young guys who may be part of the future can be that guy. And that eliminates, all right, now we don't need to find another outside linebacker. We got one in the system already.
Well, another question is do you feel the same way about about Brady Cook?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think he should be out there.
I don't think yet, because I think that there is still obviously we're not a playoff team. There's about that, but there is still like these are grown men. These are professional athletes that still want to go out there and win. And despite being 1-7, they can go into every game thinking, hey, most games we've lost by one score. Like we've been in almost every game. We've been in it.
Yep.
So they still want to go out there and compete, knowing that Fields gives them the best chance for that, especially you want to argue him or Tyra Taylor, whatever, but certainly over Brady Cook. The last 2-3 games of the season, when you're 2-13, whatever it is, you go, all right, let's see what we can do.
See, I think we should be bringing in Brady Cook much sooner. And I'm not even saying to start, but the other week when they pulled Justin Fields and put in Tyrod, and then Justin Fields started the next week, he was just having a bad game at the half. They put in Tyrod. I think the same should go for the rest of the season. If Justin Fields isn't doing well in the first half, fuck it, throw in Brady Cook, and then Justin Fields can come back the next week. You know what I'm saying?
I think you have to give Brady Cook some time. That's why I say give him the last 2-3 games of the season. You can't throw him in the middle of the season and then your guy's back, so put Cook back on the bench, things like that. Like give him a real opportunity, because it's going to be a meaningless opportunity. The games are going to be meaningless. Don't give him games where
you know who the last 2 games of our season are against, right?
England and Buffalo.
Yeah. Like
okay.
You want to throw okay, we'll throw him out there to get completely ruin his confidence.
No, let me see what you can get. Look, if you can't beat Buffalo in Buffalo, then who the fuck are you?
What?
Yeah.
Dude, a lot of teams can't, a lot of great quarterbacks can't beat Buffalo in Buffalo.
I don't mean beat. I mean look competent. Can you look competent? Yeah, beat is the wrong term. Even losing a game 31-7, like what do those drives turn into, right? Did we have a tip pass that turned into a pick and lost a drive? How much of that is 100% on the quarterback? Did we muff a punt? You know, all these things. Like, let me see, can you live in that moment? Can you be there? Or are you a deer in headlights going into Buffalo? And if you're a deer in Buffalo, if you can't play your best against the best, when you play against the worst, like what are you at that point? Like, you're useless to me. I need to see. The goal isn't to be a 500 team. The goal is to be a Super Bowl contending team. Every organization feels like that. So if you can't beat the best, then you're a waste of time.
Novatera comes in and says Manning is going to be hard to resist in 2027. Here's what I have to say about that.
He's not looking too good this year.
No, correct. He started off the year looking pretty bad, but my whole thing is that I don't trust the Mannings as far as I can throw them, because if you remember, they're not. They can be drafted by whoever. That doesn't mean they're going to play for him. Look what Eli was drafted by the Chargers, and then cried and complained about it and stood up there with his thing looking like a little sad puppy with his Chargers jersey. And then an hour later, we find out that he's been traded with, who was it? Ryan Leaf.
No, for Phillip Rivers.
Phillip Rivers. Now, are you sure?
100%.
Okay. Regardless, he threw a temper tantrum and then got to the team he wanted. You think a Manning's going to come play for the Jets? And then Peyton Manning didn't. We should have. Peyton Manning was going to declare for the draft, we believe, when we had the number 1 pick. He didn't. He played another year, and we picked Keyshawn Johnson, and then the next year the Colts got him. So it's like it seems like the Mannings do anything they can to avoid teams they don't want to play for. And
Archie Manning wasn't that good. Who gave him all this power?
Archie Manning.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the Arch Manning?
Yeah, Arch. He wasn't that great of a quarterback.
Not so far. I mean, right now you can't.
No, I mean, Peyton's dead. Like, he wasn't that great of a quarterback. Like, why? Who gave him all this power?
Brian, how did Abe sell you on Pavia?
He's not a guy.
Yeah, he said the exact opposite. Maybe he's just going opposite of what you say. Even Aaron fucking goddamn Rodgers couldn't do shit. But oh yeah, a rookie gonna a ball.
I mean, you're talking about a 40-year-old Aaron Rodgers on one leg.
Well, yeah, but once again, it's like It's just another list to another quarterback, another Jets quarterback who is great before the Jets and then great after the Jets, or one or the other. It just so happened that Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers were both great before the Jets and then great after the Jets. I mean, Brett Favre didn't do bad on the Jets. If he didn't get hurt, we would have made the playoffs. We were 8-3.
Have a right arm anymore.
Yeah. So I mean, it is what it is. It's just the Jets' luck. It's just what we have to deal with being New York Jets fans.
Yep.
Rusty Spruce says all Cleveland has to do is run the ball up the middle and screen passes. They'll score 28 points. Just saying. Do you think their offense is good enough to pull that off?
No. Although I do like Quinshon Judkins a ton. I think Quinshon Judkins is going to run up and down this defense. If you have play him tomorrow.
Say that again.
If you have Quinshon Judkins on your fantasy team, play him tomorrow.
Well, it's funny because I was dropping I brought my daughter to a birthday party at Chuck E. Cheese the day before. Yeah, the day. Oh no, it was the day of the Jets Browns game. Because while I was waiting for her while she was in Chuck E. Cheese, I was at a Jersey Mike's, and that's where I got the info on Nick Mangold. But I went back to the Chuck E. Cheese to pick her up, and the girl whose birthday it was, her dad comes. I was wearing my Jets hoodie, and he comes up to me. He goes, "Oh man, I can't root for you guys because I have the Browns. I have the Browns defense." And I was like, "Don't worry about it. You got your points." I was like, "No problem." And then look at what happened.
Yeah, it's part of the reason why I both love and hate fantasy football. So like this past Thursday, I had Ashton Genty on one of my teams. I also had the Broncos defense. I was like, well, I need Genty to score points, but I also don't want the Raiders to score points because I need Denver's defense to do well for me. It's such a weird conundrum in fantasy football.
William Pineda comes in and says, if drafting a quarterback is so difficult, shouldn't it be better if teams draft a QB in the lower rounds every 2 years? Someone like Tom Brady has to be somewhere in there.
No, that's not true because there isn't a Tom Brady being drafted every year.
No, there's not. But you have to remember that there's a lot of quarterbacks who are drafted lower than in that top 5 that turn out to be outstanding. Aaron Rodgers dropped all the way to the bottom, almost the bottom of the first round.
But still in the first round.
No, correct. Still in the first round.
He was a 6th round pick. How many, Mike, let me ask you this off the top of your head.
Oh, I couldn't. I know what you're going to ask.
How many starting quarterbacks in the last 20 years were drafted in the 3rd round or later?
Brock Purdy,
Russell Wilson.
When did Tom Brady go?
Sure. Count Brady. Sure.
But I think what he's saying is that there, like, once again, we need to use a high pick to pick a quarterback, no doubt. Yes. But it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility to kind of grab another guy in the 3rd, 4th, 5th round. Just
like Kirk Cousins, he did that with Robert Griffin. They took those 2 guys in the same draft.
Admiral Mighty Buffoon wants to know, Honest Abe, are you worried you might get boothed? Speaking of Abraham Lincoln, you might get, I'm assuming that's what he's talking about, in the back of your head for your NFL takes.
Come at me, bro.
Come at me. Did you guys get around to talking about Quincy? Are they sitting him in an effort to talent evaluation tank, or do you think the coaches are really sour on him? I don't think the coaches are sour on him. I think Abe, look, something maybe could have been said. He could have had a wise ass comment and they were like, you know what, sit down. But Abe is right. It's like, he's going to be a free agent. Why not see what we have? Because we are officially in a rebuild. So let's see what we got.
There's saying a wise ass crack gets you, hey, you're not starting this game. You're sitting the first drive out. You're sitting the first quarter out type of stuff. You're not going to the media saying, yeah, I'm not a starter anymore. That's because we're evaluating talent, not because I said, what the fuck are we doing around here?
Assist My Suicide says, also, I'm betting Brees and Jermaine get franchised next year. I'd like to get them contracts before that because
you can only franchise one.
Correct. But I would rather get contracts to these guys before we franchise them, because I feel like franchising a guy is kind of saying, oh no, we're just going to hold on to you one more year and then you can go. You know what I'm saying? It's like, we're not going to give you a contract, but we're going to use you basically. And that's not a way to build, confidence in a player.
They don't want to be franchised either. They don't want that.
Correct.
They don't want that shit because there's no guarantee.
What is this? Did you all just see AD Mitchell's jersey number now? Laughing my ass off. They're trolling so hard. It's number 1. Oh, is it? I thought he picked like 15 or something. Originally, I thought he picked 15. Hold on. I had it up, but I'm not sure. Hold on one second. Let me just go to the Jets here. Because they put up the things of the jersey, so I can get to it real quick. Okay, so Mazza Smith is wearing 58 from what I see.
Cool. Who cares?
Where is it? Thought it'd be easier to find that. Maybe not. Is he going to wear number 1?
Cool.
I mean, yeah, what does that even mean, though? Like, I understand it's Sauce's number, but he's a wide receiver. It's not like he's a cornerback. It's not the same.
Yeah, who cares? I don't care at all about jersey numbers.
I took advantage of this free mysterious of this mysterious free thumbs up thing. How is it mysterious that it helps out the channel when you guys hit the free thumbs up down below? It just helps. It helps Abe. It helps me. It helps Tommy. It helps Sean. It helps Maddie. It helps people find the show, and then more people get to hear our takes. Giants fan here. Okay, awesome. You guys. Hey, look. You got Jackson Dart looks like the real deal, even in losses. He looks like the real deal. And Scadaboo looks great. It sucks what happened to him. And you still got Malik Neighbors. Sucks what happened to him. You guys had some bad luck with injuries this year.
Yep. Their defense.
I really hated seeing Scadaboo go down because, like, I don't know if I said this to you, Abe, but he reminds me of like a Wayne Corbett, like a small guy. I know it's not the same position, but just this small, tough guy who's going to win you over.
He reminds me of Wayne Corbett on crack.
I'm biased, but the Jets should give Carson Beck a 1 year trial. I don't know about that. Oh, that's something I can ask you, Abe. Have you heard all these ridiculous rumors about us trading first rounders away to get Joe Burrow?
Yeah, I don't. Why would Cincinnati do that?
Why would we do that? The guy is injured all the time.
I don't get it. I don't get it. I can understand the thought process though of why we would do it. I get it though, because it's very different than Rodgers. Joe Burrow is still in the prime of his career, and he's a guarantee. You know what you're getting from him. Where when you draft a quarterback, it's a scratch off lottery ticket, and you don't know. You just don't know. You know what you're getting from Joe Burrow. So So we offer a first and a second. We take Dallas, the first and second we got from Dallas and give it to Cincinnati. Are you okay with that for Joe Burrow? What it would be basically everything we got for Sauce and everything we got for Quinnen. It'd be those 2 1s and a 2 for Joe Burrow. I would do it. I would do it because you know what you're getting out of Joe Burrow. You know the quarterback that he is. Where Fernando Mendoza, like, you have no idea. Dante Moore, as much as I love him, like, you have no idea. By the way, the fact that I love Dante Moore means he's going to be a complete bum in the league, and we shouldn't draft him. Like, that's I know that. But whether it's Ty Simpson, like, we don't know about Ty Simpson. We don't know about this kid from Ohio.
Didn't we say that? Or did you say younger brother? Quincy's the older brother. I thought we said that.
Quincy's younger, I thought.
No.
Quincy's older?
Yeah. Whatever.
Well, who fucking cares?
Quincy is an all-pro. Yeah, but once again, last year his contract's running out, and this year he has not been an all-pro.
Last year he wasn't that good last year either.
Boy, you guys really liked his Pavia character. It looks like I'm gonna have to look that shit up.
He's fun. He's a character. Like, he reminds me of like somebody who I gotta think.
Well, Brian comes in, and because you said that he's like Cam Scadaboo, he says Cam Scadaboo with mental problems as a quarterback. I am all in.
Yeah, I mean,
That's pretty funny.
But that's what I said he is. I mean, it's true.
And let's see, what is that? Poochie? I can. Jets didn't have the brains to draft Marino, Brady 5 times, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, or Shador Sanders 4 times. No one drafted Shador Sanders. You can't use Shador Sanders. You can't use Tom Brady. Every team passed on them.
Even Mahomes. Mahomes was the 3rd quarterback drafted in that class.
I'll give you Marino, and I'll give you Josh Allen, but I'm not giving you Brady or Shador.
He's also the 3rd quarterback drafted in that class.
Yeah, that's a little much there, buddy.
How about Lamar? Lamar was drafted 32nd overall in that same draft class.
William
Lamar instead of Sam Darnold.
William Pineda comes in, says, I am sorry, but trading for Burrow is a mistake. He's injured too much. I agree.
I understand.
It's too much to give away for a guy who's been injured like 3 out of his 4 seasons or 5 seasons, whatever it is.
I understand your argument. All I'm saying is, when Joe Burrow's on the field, quality of play, what you're getting from him. Where you legitimately, we have no idea of any of these quarterbacks, rookies coming out this year or next year, what they're going to turn into. We saw the year Trevor Lawrence got drafted. Trevor Lawrence was supposed to be the undoubted guy. It's going to be a home run hit. We were all pissed that we beat the Rams and all that because we didn't get to draft Trevor Lawrence. He's turned into
Are you joking right now? Wouldn't you rather have Trevor Lawrence than fucking Zach Wilson?
Dude, Trevor Lawrence stinks, and they're in a position where they had to pay him. Would you want Trevor Lawrence right now with all that money and being dog shit?
No, not necessarily. I'm not saying I'd want him, but he was clearly the best, the better pick in that draft.
Of course, but you look at all those picks there, right? It was Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Mac Jones, Trey Lance, somebody else.
Oh, Trey Lance, woof.
Somebody else, yeah. But it was supposed to be a really high-end draft class for quarterbacks. They all stink. They're all fucking terrible. And we don't know if these guys this year or next year are going to be any good. So, yeah, I think I'd rather take the guarantee in Joe Burrow than a couple scratch-off lottery tickets.
I don't know. You could once again, it's not necessarily scratch-off lottery tickets. The quarterback is usually the scratch-off lottery ticket.
Of course.
The other players that we will be drafting with those picks are usually when you're drafting an edge rusher, you're drafting a wide receiver, or you're drafting a lineman, or you're whatever. Usually those work out to a pretty decent extent, no matter who you're going for.
Sure,
it's the quarterback we're worried about.
But a great quarterback will help alleviate some of those issues that you don't have there, right? A great quarterback will make a not great receiving corps look pretty good.
Well, but also a good team around a quarterback will make a quarterback look good. Mark Sanchez.
Sure, sometimes, but we all thought that last year we had a good roster around Aaron Rodgers, and we had a dog shit quarterback, and that we see how that turned out.
Yeah, that did not turn out too well.
But coming in, Aaron Rodgers, the first Aaron Rodgers year, we're like, hey, we had Super Bowl aspirations. Yes, we finally had the quarterback in place, but we had the roster around him. We all believe that. We have a top 5 defense. We have the running game in Brees. We have the receivers in Garrett and all the stuff we got. Then Rodgers goes down, and the team is still crap. So sometimes having the bad quarterback is going to bring a team down. And
I feel like that. I still think that team was actually pretty good, because I think that was Zach Wilson's best year. Zach Wilson beat a lot of good teams that year, and he should have beaten the Chiefs if it weren't for the referees.
I agree, but they still weren't a playoff quality roster.
I think they were. Not the second year, not the year Rodgers was actually there.
I think they proved you by saying that they weren't.
No, but I think they underperformed.
Okay, I mean,
I think they underperformed, and a lot of games didn't go their way out of stupid shit like the Chiefs game. So once again, but Scott comes in and says, but Burrow would be getting a better offensive line here than he ever had in Cincinnati.
That's very true.
But still, you're telling me, all of you, I'm not just talking to Abe here, I'm talking to all of you watching. You're telling me that you'd be willing to give up like 3 first round of our first round picks that we just got for Joe Burrow, and then you're telling me there's but he'll be healthy, he won't get hit, he won't go down, he won't be injured for half the season. What in Jets world are any of you thinking?
It'd be 2-1-2. That's what it would be. It wouldn't be 3-1s. It would basically be everything minus the players, everything we got for Sauce and Quinnen.
Which would be 3-1s.
Oh, okay, you're right. I did not mean that. I meant 2-1s and a 2.
So we give up 2-1s, and then Joe Burrow comes in and gets injured. So he's out 7 or 8 games. What happened now? What now? This is what happens with the Jets. Brett Favre got injured. Chad Pennington was always injured. Vinny went down. Aaron Rodgers went down. Like, this is what happens.
Then don't put any money into the quarterback position. Get 5 guys.
Exactly. You draft a guy. That's how you don't put money into the quarterback position. You draft a guy and hope.
I'm not saying that I want them to go and make this move, because I want them to draft somebody and hit on that draft pick, and that's how you really win in this league. Ultimately, that's how the teams win in this league. But I'm not going to be upset if they make that deal, because I can understand the reasoning, I can understand the reasoning behind it.
Is that? I don't have my readers on. I think it's Poochie 161. That's what I think we're looking at. Brady split time as a senior, so I'll give you that one. But I saw Sanders play for 4 years in college, and his arm was legit. Then why was he drafted in the 4th round?
George Sanders is terrible.
No,
dude was playing at Jackson State against guys that play on my son's middle school team. Come on, get that out of here.
No, that's another thing. I had an overtime shift today, and one of the guys I was working with was talking about he was like, if with all those draft picks, the UConn quarterback is looking amazing this year, and he was throwing out all these stats. I go, look at who UConn plays. Like, I'm not getting excited about a guy who plays like all these crap, the University of Phoenix and DeVry.
Hey, you know what quarterback threw for like 32 touchdowns and 4 interceptions with a 70% completion rate his senior year in college? Zach Wilson.
Yeah, and look at who he played.
Right.
Nova Terra comes in. Remember when Trubisky was also the guy?
Yeah. Although, I mean, not everyone was on the same wavelength. I think a lot of people in that draft class had Deshaun Watson as their number 1 quarterback, and then between Trubisky and Mahomes was their 2 and 3. People differed, but nobody had Trubisky as their number 1, except the Bears.
Poochie says, "I'll be satisfied with the Alabama quarterback."
I'd be good with Ty Simpson. I'd be good with it. The guy knows how to win. The guy knows how to. He can make every throw. He's very smart. He knows what he's doing, and he comes from a winning pedigree. He's coming from a school where he's competing.
Rusty Spooner says Ty Simpson is only a 1-year starter, not worth the first pick.
When you play at a big-time school, there's guys that are going to be ahead of you. That's just the way it is. That doesn't mean that he's not any good. The Alabama running backs all of them were only 1-year starters, except maybe Derrick Henry after his Heisman year, or maybe or Mark Ingram. But like a lot of those guys, Jahmyr Gibbs was a 1-year starter. Najee Harris was a 1-year starter, because they're so deep at the position that guys are always playing. I just because the guy's a 1-year starter doesn't say the whole story about him.
William Panetta, I don't know. It comes and says Joe Burrow will command 30% of your salary cap. A lottery ticket is easier to get rid of than an injured Joe Burrow. You have to account for that. You have to account for that in your calculations.
Well, we just talked about how much salary cap space we have. So if that's the concern, that goes out the window.
You already got to that. Rusty Spooner, fuck no on Burrow. Brian says, I would absolutely not give up those picks for Burrow. Poochie says, no, keep all the picks. Well, look, I'm glad people are on my side. I feel like they pick all the guests and whatever, and to tell me to go fuck myself.
Well, I'm a goddamn fucking idiot, and I'm totally okay with that. But like I said, I'd rather it's the same thing with making trades in baseball. You're trading known commodities for prospects. Which would you rather have? I've always been a guy. I'd rather take the known commodity. I know what I'm getting out of them over a prospect. Like, how many first round picks have we taken and they've sucked? They've been
as quarterbacks, a lot.
Every position. Look at that. You can go up and down the New York Jets over the last 25 years and find a magnitude of first round picks that were dog shit. D. Milner, Darren Lee, Calvin Pryor. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, but we've also had a lot of great, once again, not quarterbacks, but we've also had a lot of great first round picks who were good.
The fact that Quinnen Williams, Sauce Gardner, and Garrett Wilson are the only 3 first round picks that have gotten second contracts tells me everything I need to know.
What about DeBrickashaw Ferguson and Nick Mangold?
Dude, that's 20 years ago.
I know, but you're saying that I'm just saying we have drafted in the first round, not quarterbacks. I think the only quarterback that we've ever drafted when was Pennington drafted?
2000, when we had 4 first round picks.
Okay, but it was in the first round.
Yeah, it was Pennington.
Okay, so Pennington. So it's Pennington and O'Brien are the only 2 aside. Well, Namath, but in more recent, in like like Super Bowl era, the only 2 quarterbacks that we've ever drafted that were decent or good were Chad Pennington and Ken O'Brien. That's the end of it.
Yeah, but look, all of our first round picks haven't been good, and that's why we haven't made the playoffs in 13 years. It's because we can't draft. You know, they say to succeed, you need to be able to hit on your later round picks, but that's saying that you're guaranteed to hit on your early picks. Like, you need to hit on your late picks to succeed. But if you don't hit on your first picks, you're going to suck. And that's what we do. We don't hit on our first round picks. We don't.
You know what?
And second round picks.
You know what? I say all 5 first round picks, we draft quarterbacks.
Fuck it.
Fuck it. We got to hit on one of them, right?
And with our luck, we still won't.
Yeah. They'll all be just a bunch of Zach Wilsons.
It'll be Zach Wilson, Mac Jones, Trey Lance, Justin Fields.
Yeah. Oh, damn it. Draft a maniac like Pavia in the 3rd is the way to go. Well, if we're talking about a 3rd, that's a whole different story.
I mean, that changes everything. But I don't think Pavia is an NFL quarterback. I don't. I think he's very gimmicky. Do you remember this kid from TCU? He took them to the championship game, the college football championship game. I don't even remember his name, but he was he was like the Heisman runner-up. He got drafted in the 7th round by the Chargers. He's already out of the league. He's very much like him, like has a nose for the ball, a real grinder, but he doesn't have the size of the arm strength to be an NFL quarterback. He just doesn't. He's a college quarterback. He's Eric Crouch. God damn it. That's who he is. He's Eric Crouch. He's not going to be an NFL quarterback. And I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I just don't see the pathway.
Pineda says, is it fair to say any team needs 10 to 12 elite players in order to win the Super Bowl?
No, you can't.
No, I think that's fair.
10 to 12 elite guys, I think, is a lot. Even look at the Chiefs. Do they have 12 elite guys?
Well, I wouldn't use the Chiefs as an example this year. But
I mean, Chiefs have been to 4 straight Super Bowls or whatever it is.
Yeah, but I'm talking about this year. The Chiefs are they're not what they used to be. 10 to 12 is high, but if you have 10 to 12 elite players, yeah, you could win the Super Bowl.
Do the Eagles have 12 elite players?
I'd have to go up and down their roster, which I don't have time to do since we're running out of time. Rusty Spooner says Sanchez was first round too, but Sanchez sucked without an elite defense. Sanchez was a mid to good quarterback at best. Good.
At best.
I will always stand on the hill that the team around Sanchez is what won all those games.
Mark Sanchez wasn't good enough. He wasn't good enough to get a second contract. He wasn't good enough to stop them from not drafting the top-rated quarterback in 2013 and Geno Smith. Like he wasn't good enough.
Well, Pucci comes in and says Geno won 8 games as a rookie. Yeah, but then what? Novatera says I'd say 6 elite players.
I agree with that. You need 6 elite players and then 25 good players in order to be a contending team.
This is the last one I'll take with Abe here, and it's because our Colts buddy has come in, Bruce, and says people are embracing for another Colts collapse. Me personally, being a fan for over 15 to 20 years, trust me, I've seen this team collapse, but honestly, I can't see that happening. They're playing for a purpose. Bruce, I don't know when you're watching in the show, but we talked about this earlier. The Colts are either going to, in my opinion, make the playoffs and be out in the first round, or they're not going to make the playoffs. They're going to have a slide. Yeah, I'm sorry. This Colts team is not a end all be all team. Even with Sauce, I hate to tell you this. You've watched this show enough. I've bitched about Sauce every week for the past 5 weeks and said, He doesn't intercept the ball. He has no interceptions. He can't tackle. He has pass interference called on him or holding all of the fucking time. And the only thing he's good at is getting his hand up there to block and fuck up a pass when he doesn't get called. 2 first rounders, you guys should be pissed. 2 first rounders and AD Mitchell. Like, you guys should be pissed. I'm not saying that Sauce couldn't improve your team, but for 2 first rounders and AD Mitchell, that's where I draw the line on that one.
Yeah, I think the Jets on both of these trades came out as massive winners. Massive winners.
Yeah, I agree. Abe, dude, thank you so much for being on the show. I very much appreciate it. Love talking to you. I'm glad that we could come on and talk and be positive about the New York Jets and be excited for the future. No matter how the Jets find a way to fuck it up, at least right now in the moment, we're excited for the future.
Hell yeah, let's go. Fuck 25. We're off to 26 already.
Hell yeah.
It's mock draft season, baby.
It is. Let's get well, please. It was mock draft season before Columbus Day.
Yeah.
Have a good night, Abe. I always appreciate you.
Later, Mike. I'll talk to you, bud.
Have a good one. All right, everybody. Once again, we are coming to the end of the Midnight Mike show here. Thank you so much for all of you guys being in here tonight and filling up that comment section and, helping get into the conversation and helping us with conversation and debate and all that stuff. I love it. Like, I knew tonight's show would be fun because there's just so much to talk about. And I feel like that's just going to continue throughout the season because how could you not be hyped about 5 first-round picks, no matter what we do with them? If we end up with Joe Burrow, like, I'll be annoyed because I don't want to give that away. But then I'll also be like, well, we have Joe Burrow. And then I'll be the guy who's like, if he stays healthy, we have Joe Burrow. Other than that, we could be trading up, getting first. We don't know. There's so much that can be done with the amount of first and second round picks that the New York Jets have, that the rest of this season is going to be watching the Jets be the Jets and suck, but having that in the back of our minds. If things work out for the Jets, which they hardly ever do, but if they do, like, what if? And why not us? Why not us? That's what I'm saying. Guys, please do me a favor. I hope you enjoyed the show tonight as much as I enjoyed doing it. If you haven't yet, please hit that thumbs up down below. That's the thing. Like, I try to entertain. Me and Maddie and Abe tried to have good conversations. We try to get to you guys in the chat as much as possible. All we ask in return is that thumbs up. Like I said, I love super chats. I love channel memberships and gifting. Love all that. but it's the thumbs up that really helps out in the algorithm. So thank you guys. Thank you so much. All of you who super chatted tonight, all of you guys who came in here and kept the conversation going. And I had a great time tonight. Usually tonight is a night where we would do like the picks for the week, but it's like there was just so much fun shit to talk about. And like Abe said, I agree. I said it earlier in the show. I think these picks for these guys was a Jets win, and we need to take wins wherever we can get them. Hopefully, we'll get one tomorrow. I'll be, of course, I do my reaction videos after every New York Jets game. Come to the channel, you'll see it. I get it up as soon as I possibly can. Jets, Cleveland Browns tomorrow, 1 p.m. Let's go, Jets, 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 Jets. I can't wait to see you Monday night. Well, reaction video tomorrow, and then Monday night, 9:30 Eastern. Have a good night, everybody. We always love fans of other teams, so thank you, Fried Lion. Thank you.